That's incredible! I have to check it out. This LNG plant is massive.
Welcome, Charlie. I'm Alex, your guide for today.
I saw you're working on a CCS project. Can you tell me more about it?
Absolutely, Charlie. CCS means Carbon Capture and Storage. To start, do you know what anthropogenic CO2 means?
Anthropogenic?
It's a side product of human activities, like the combustion of fossil fuels, the production of steel, cement for example. But we have other types like biogenic CO2 that originates from plant or animal sources, excluding fossil carbon.
What about the CO2 naturally present in the reservoir but released by oil and gas industries?
It's called native CO2 and is also considered anthropogenic.
I think I get it.
Let's focus on CO2 from our LNG installation. The gas coming from the reservoir is a mix of hydrocarbons, water, but also native CO2. This mix goes through a series of treatments in order to produce the liquefied natural gas that will be shipped to customers.
And what do you do with the CO2?
That's where CCS comes in. We capture it and then we store it.
Capture? How come nobody ever mentioned it?
Look, we have an acid gas removal unit. The native CO2 is separated using a solvent. Instead of venting it into the atmosphere, we capture it and compress it.
And what about these fumes? There is no CO2?
Yes, you're right. We need energy to feed all the plant's equipment, and it comes from burning fossil fuels, so it generates CO2 from combustion.
But it's a lot of CO2!
We could capture it using different methods, either before or after combustion. In our case, we're studying solvents, absorption, and exhaust gas recirculation.
Seems more complex.
Especially if you have multiple machines emitting CO2.
Once you capture the CO2, what do you do with it?
We store it. It's the S from CCS.
Where?
In dedicated storage sites like saline aquifers, non-drinkable water reservoirs, or oil and gas reservoirs that are no longer in production.
And how do you find those sites? How do you know it's safe and that CO2 will not go back up?
Don't worry, the sites are carefully chosen with the expertise of TotalEnergies and have the approval of local authorities. We also monitor to detect potential leaks with seismic surveys and soil gas measurements, so we're ready to act if needed. And you see, Charlie, for now, we're injecting our own CO2, but we want to make it available to other industries that struggle with GHG emissions.
What if we don't inject it? What can we do with it?
There is a lot of research going on to use CO2 as a raw material in industrial processes or to make derived products, synthetic fuels, chemicals, and much more. This is known as CCU, Carbon Capture and Utilization.
That's brilliant! Well, it seems like you have a lot to do. I'll leave you to it. Thanks. I suppose this is the end of the adventure.
Hey Charlie, I've heard you're a pro at kicking greenhouse gas emissions to the curb.
Well, yeah. And how can I help?
It seems that I also need to start a flaring diet, and certainly more.
Of course I can help you. I need to introduce you to all my friends. Ready to start this journey?
I'll follow you, handsome.
And what about you?
Yoo-hoo!